is to stand up and talk for my rights. I know what that is. See? And I don't care who the guy is. Because my right is my right.
Get up, stand up for your right.
Ask the Lawyer with Brian Figueroa, founder and senior partner at the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. Mr. Figueroa opened his private practice in downtown Brooklyn in 1996. He specializes in personal injury, immigration, matrimonial law, bankruptcy, and wills and estate planning, with a strong emphasis on litigation matters. Ask the Lawyer features Brian's legal advice as he answers the listeners' questions and shares his insights in achieving your goals and objectives. Every week, Ask the Lawyer also features interviews and guests related to Mr. Figueroa's interests outside the law. Guests and topics include health and wellness, the civil rights war, music production, writers, as well as international and local political and religious leaders. Wide-ranging, fun, informative radio. That's Ask the Lawyer with Brian Figueroa. Ask the Lawyer any question you like via email at bfigeroux@msn.com. That is bfigueroa@msn.com for legal advice regarding specific situations. Appointments at the office will be made when you call 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Please note that submitting questions do not create an attorney-client relationship.
Yes, this is Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got the answers. Call us right now for your free, no obligation legal consultation on absolutely any legal issue or concern that you may have. The number to call, the number to share, and the number to keep is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Or you can also visit us at www.askthelawyer.us. That's www.askthelawyer.us. Mr. Figueroa, so we've had several calls from persons who want to bring lawsuits against the hospitals, home healthcare facilities. We've also had calls from persons who want to prepare their will or do deed transfers. We've had calls on divorce issues, immigration, bankruptcy, and debt collections. Can you please elaborate?
Good day. Brian Figueroa, Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers, and hey, damn. A lot of people complaining that, they're at home. Obviously people are unemployed. Hopefully you're getting your unemployment checks. And for those of us who are essential workers, some more essential than others, but hey, all are essential workers. So we are facing a whole slew of issues that was important, but is now important. More important, or how you say it, Ms. Phillip? Yeah. So we have to prepare ourselves, we have to investigate. So there are a lot of continuing legal educational courses on COVID-19 and your rights at a home care facility, your rights in the hospitals. So yes, the doctors, the nurses, their staff are doing a good job. Hooray. That's what they're supposed to do. It's a risky job. Hey, but as they say, you signed up for it. And unfortunately, there are mistakes, and it's leading to people's death, or it may lead to them, obviously, having serious medical issues after they leave the hospitals. So what are your rights? And your rights depends on the facts of the case. So people, when we speak to them with these consultations, they have to be asked certain questions about the person's visit to the hospital, the person's stay at the home health facility. And obviously what you want to determine was, is there any negligence? Do you have an autopsy as to the cause of death? Why did this person die? What was their treatment there? And one of the big issues is that obviously we do have access to our loved ones. So something may have gone wrong. You may have a right to bring a lawsuit, but what evidence do we have? It's like when you watch those TV shows and you see the trials and they talk about evidence and different issues associated with your lawsuit. Obviously, you have the burden. My name is Brian Figueroa of Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. Wills and estate planning. Hey, countless times on this show, Ask the Lawyer, we say you have to plan. And when you plan through estate planning, and part of the estate planning is to do a will, or do a living will, or do a power of attorney, or do a deed transfer, or create a trust. That's where when we determine, based on your assets, based on your children, based on the age of your children, based on whether or not you have stepchildren in the relationship, there's this whole slew of information that we have to get from you to do proper wills and estate planning. That is more critical now, because if someone gets the virus, obviously, they could be incapacitated or die. So these are the issues, obviously, of the virus that is going to be with us, some predict for the next 2 years or forever. So we are in a new age. We've never had a pandemic before. We have, most people have never experienced, obviously, from a legal perspective, the issues related to a pandemic. But wills and estate planning is extremely important. Another issue, we are in close quarters with our spouse, with our girlfriend, with our, whatever relationship. Those relationships are going sour. Some people are being abused. Some people are already calling the NYPD. We have heard it in the news to settle family disputes. A lot of times it may not be easily resolved. And your pastor, priest, rabbi, whoever is your religious leader who normally counsel is not there. Or you don't have their phone number. So sometimes, obviously, a lot of times counseling could work if both parties are interested in counseling. So because of the pandemic, people may have made up their minds that a divorce that they think that they should have gotten, yes, they should have it now. What are your rights where equitable distribution issues are concerned? Who gets the house? Should the house be sold? What about assets overseas? What about child support? What about maintenance, alimony? Who gets what and why? How long is the relationship? And depending on the length of the marriage, you could qualify for more or less maintenance / alimony, because that's how people know it, by alimony. So, what is child support? One child, what percentage of the salary is it? Normally 17% for the non-custodial parent. Then for 2, it's 25%. Then for 3, 29%. Then for 4 or more, 35%. And what is the formula for child support? It's your gross salary less city taxes, less what? You understand? So you want to know what that formula is. And we work the maintenance formula and explain to you, and the child support formula. What do you qualify for in terms of equitable distribution? When was the home purchased? When was the pension started? So you may have to have 2 appraisals for the pension, one for the time of marriage and one at the time of filing the divorce. And that calculates the pension. So these are the issues, some of the issues where equitable distribution is concerned. Some people are married and they do not know the finances of each other. So people are keeping money here, keeping money in the Caribbean, keeping money in Europe, hiding money and jewelry from each other. So even though your spouse now tells you they want a divorce, they have been planning for it for years. So these are the issues that we have to address when we meet with our clients. Additionally, the courts are moving slower, or not moving at all in some areas. They were not doing e-filing, and they should have been doing e-filing. They are not doing conferences over the phone or by Skype, and some judges are now learning how to do so. Some judges are older, some are younger, some are better with technology, some are not. So the whole system is going through a revamping, where cases that should have taken 6, 12 months could take double the time. They don't want to do trials. Why? It's a lot of people in the courtroom. Where are these jurors going to sit? Next to each other? How are they going to social distance all those jurors? So the system is looking to cut deals. Should you cut a deal, in criminal law? Should you cut a deal in other situations, matrimonial? So the judges want the attorneys to be more vigilant in terms of settling issues. So attorneys have to exchange legal documents, negotiate in good faith, and sometimes it doesn't mean that you have to settle, you still need a trial. So again, the whole legal system is also responding to COVID-19. Landlord-tenant issues where they say, okay, hold off on ejections. But eventually the landlord's going to need their money. And in landlord-tenant court, for example, in Brooklyn here, Kings County, sometimes it had 200 people in a room. Anyone wants to go with 200 people in a room? With lawyers, with plaintiffs, defendants. That's some of the problems that the court system has to solve. How are we going to deal with these legal issues? And what is going to happen? Cases are going to take longer. And it is going to be more expensive for you when you hire an attorney, because it may be double the time, triple the time. More man hours may be needed for legal cases. So those are some of the issues that attorneys and attorneys' clients face today. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. Our number is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Or visit us at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. Immigration. So Trump has gotten away with many issues, and the latest one is obviously the delay that he has given for green card petitions, where they could be getting their green cards coming to the U.S. from overseas, or getting their green cards right here within the U.S. So immigration does not reopen until early June. Right now, the only cases that they hear in immigration court are those where the person is detained, and that's understandable. But a lot of immigration cases are being rescheduled. So if you miss an immigration date, immigration is supposed to give you a new date. Keep that in mind. Also, whether it be now immigration court, they will also give you a new date. If there was a request for evidence, then they will give you additional time. But you cannot procrastinate, so you should speak with your attorney on these issues. When we represent people on immigration issues, one of the things that we do is to do a Freedom of Information Act request, because we want to see what was done on your behalf. Again, that is time consuming. But with e-filing, with some of these immigration forms, it's a great service that our firm have, and other firms, that they could e-file in the system. So there's going to be more e-filing where these issues are concerned. Again, my name is Brian Figueroa of Figueroa & Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. People who have had denials in the past, people who have been ordered deported. You may have, a legal standing to either reopen a deportation case, or you may have been denied a green card because your attorney, or a lot of you guys who like to go by these people in the community, notaries, people who do not know immigration law but fill out forms. Believe me, when you go to an attorney, you want to they understand the law, and then they prescribe the remedy. A lot of these people do not know the law or misrepresent the law. Some people get arrested. The latest arrest we had in recent months here in our community is Mr. Louison. And we continue to see people come into our office claiming that they did not know what he was doing. And these are VAWA fraud applications. Mr. Louison didn't even sign the forms. So people are signing blank forms, and even though he prepared the applications, he did not prepare them. He didn't sign them. How do we know? When people come in, we do the Freedom of Information Act request, we get the documents, we review with the clients, and they give their story. It's a process. But what you have to know is that you are responsible for the fraud as far as immigration is concerned. You are the one who's going to be placed in deportation. You are the person who's going to be denied the relief that you do not qualify for under the law. And you have to take responsibility by addressing this with the urgency that it needs to be. Unfortunately, none of the elected officials in our community have stepped up and dealt with this issue, protecting our community. Just like the coronavirus, we have had 2, 3, 4 times the city average in diabetes, heart disease, HIV, and instead of getting the proper medications and the proper emergency care, or the proper laws change, or more hospitals in our communities rather than less, none of our political leaders, or the Black caucus, the Latino caucus, the Black and Latino caucus, they have failed us. Very few politicians say anything and protect their community. And when I say so, one of the barometers for if your elected official is representing you, then Trump doesn't like that person. So what's that congresswoman name in the Bronx? She talks about the one that Trump doesn't like. Her name is slipping me for now. She talks about the issues in her community. She talks about the hospitals not helping them. So we want elected officials who will come out there, go on a hunger strike, tie themselves to a tree, tie themselves to a car, bring attention to the problems that we have in our community, and let the governor know, and let the leader of the state senate, a black woman, Miss Cousins, I think she is, Stewart Cousins, I think. Andrea Stewart Cousins. They should be passing legislation to help us. Not to take away our rights to sue, but to help us sue even more, make people accountable, because in America, the only time businesses and other healthcare institutions, the only time they bring about change is when they are sued by victims in those hospitals or healthcare places. So whether it be healthcare issue, immigration issues, we have to be diligent. I don't care what they do in Washington. I don't care what they do in Albany or the city council. Is what are these politicians doing in our community? And a lot of time you call their numbers, you have no access to them. And what this virus has taught us is we have to be more diligent. We have to vote. And we need to fire everyone. Yes. Everyone who is working there now, they didn't do a job. The fact is we're dying. Fire them. Get somebody new. Get someone young. Get someone who cares. That is how you should be voting June 23rd in the primaries, in the Democratic primaries. Because once you win in the Democratic primary, you win in November. So the real election is not November for us, it's on June 23rd. Vote for someone young, smart. Get rid of all those people there now. They're not worth it. My name is Brian Figueroa of Figueroa and Associates. I've lived in Brooklyn since 1985. I could tell you who are the movers, who are the shakers, and who are those just want a salary. Let's find people to represent you and me here in Kings County and beyond. With immigration issues, we deal with that in November. And hopefully, the Democrats, Biden, is going to win this election. And hopefully when they win the Democrats, they're going to listen to whom? Sanders, Obama, and others. Some very thoughtful and intelligent leaders on the national scene for us. Hopefully we could get under the a Democratic president comprehensive immigration reform. And that is so extremely important. We don't need our leadership to be terrorizing us, immigrants, because we black, we brown, or we not rich like them. We're rich in character, we're rich in moral values, but we may not have as many dollars like they do. And you have to do something to get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Who sang that? Bob Marley. And he sang that a long time ago. People, get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. Again, get up, stand up. Stand up for your rights. And yes, our brother Marley, deceased long time ago, his music lives today. And we should take his advice and get out and do things. Run for office or support someone who could make a change. My name is Brian Figueroa of Figueroa and Associates. This is Ask the Lawyer. You got questions, we got answers. Give us a call. We do free consultations over the phone because of the virus. It's a free consultation. The number to call is 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. Take the number, share it with a friend, share it with another friend, share it with your family. Imagine you have a free consultation with an attorney with over 2 decades of experience. Right there in your living room or your bedroom, wherever you make the call from. 855-768-8845. Again, 855-768-8845. You could also visit the law firm's website at www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. And if you were fired because of the coronavirus, or you have been, laid off, or you have injuries on the job because of the virus, give us a call and we will ask those questions pertinent to, obviously, this new dilemma that we have. 855-768-8845. Ms. Phillip?
Yes, so do not hesitate, do not procrastinate. Call us right now and take advantage of this free, no obligation legal consultation on absolutely any legal issue or concern that you may have. The number once again is 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845. Or you can visit us at www.askthelawyer.us.
The following is a public service announcement from the law firm of Figueroa and Associates. Nursing homes in New York are protected from being sued from COVID-19 related deaths. As such, they are using COVID-19 as the cause of death. If you have lost a loved one, please don't be fooled. We know that this is a difficult and emotional time. Protect the rights of your loved one. Demand an autopsy. We are here for you. Call us at 855-768-8845. That's 855-768-8845.
Do you have a legal issue, question, or concern? Turn to Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a free consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us. You can also register for our free paralegal program, get legal news, business consults, or other information on educational issues. Yes, Ask the Lawyer. You have questions? We've got answers. For a free consultation or to refer a client, visit www.askthelawyer.us. Again, www.askthelawyer.us.